Dropped off David to work, and now I'm on my way back home, but I definitely want to fall back asleep. And I posted on Instagram quite a few times now, whenever I remember to or whatever, I post that, hey, I'm awake at 5 a.m. And the last time I was like, just because I wake up at 5, well, not 5 a.m., because obviously I've been awake a couple minutes now, almost like a half hour now, if not more, in order to either drop off David or sometimes just to let out our dogs or our kids, as I like to refer to that. Yeah, they like to get up this morning, which is fine because this is the time that I want to be getting up. So I kind of, feed them and everything so that they do wake up at this time, and they do wake me up sometimes. And sometimes it's not the prettiest wake-up call, not the nicest sound. So I try to wake up before they start, crying or letting me know, hey, gotta go out. It's okay. Because now I get to do things that I like to do, and sometimes that just means doing chores, but I like to do things while it's silent in the house, so everybody else is sleeping, because then by the time that they're awake and they need something, I don't have to worry about the things that I have to do anymore. Because here's the thing, whether I like it or not, I've always been the oldest in my family, the oldest child, and people look for me for so many things. Now, mind you, I am now an adult, so I have things to take care of my own. To take care of my own, and because growing up as my workload at school became much more, so did the things that I was capable of doing at home, like using the computer. I went from translating basic things, we'll go into that later on, to helping out strangers translate and stuff, and that's cool. I really did enjoy the translating, because I feel like I had to be on my toes, like I had to learn both languages and be really good at it so that I can communicate in English and then come back to the person who needed help translating their point of view, come back to that person and explain to them what the other person, who is usually or was usually in some sort of position, like a very educated position, girl, I was a little girl, so all this language that I was exposed to, and I liked it. And then to be able to go back to the person that spoke Spanish and not have that much of an accent, which is why I talk the way I do, and then I get made up on it. So my place of work now requires that I interact with a lot of different people, and I'll catch myself mimicking their behavior and talking to them in a way that they sound. And now it's almost like I become like an observer of that noise. you know, and their body language, and then I just kind of project that onto them, make them, I guess, feel more comfortable. But I think it comes back to just like the translating and what I had to learn, because it applies to any culture that I interact with. It'll come out. Like, sometimes I've never even been exposed to the culture. I may not be, you know, that involved in learning about their culture. But when it comes to talking to them, as soon as I start to talk to them, I'll pick up on certain things. I don't do it purposely. Like, I really don't. And then I'm just like, oh, I just said it like they would say it. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just hoping that people don't feel insulted, because I know some people would be like, oh, she's, you know, making fun of me. And it's like, no. Like, I genuinely like to observe people's behavior and try to understand it. And mostly because I struggle so much with my own. So it's like, okay, all right. So this is the form of speak, and the gestures are something major, and so that's something that I look into. But yeah, I am finally home, so I do have to go inside and get some work done. I might be vlogging as I do this. We'll see what we do. Okay, see you in a bit. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to some of my struggles. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone has a great day. And talk to you soon. Bye. By the way, before I forget, thank you for your patience. As I've been delaying some of the postings, I am keeping up with the filming though. Okay, this time for real. Bye.